So now we would be looking at the second phase, where you would be clicking on this button, this calculate MPG, and we are going to calculate and display in the label. All right, display in the label. So let's double click on that. And so very first, so what are we going to do here? We are going to go and get all the items that have been added to the list box, right, and calculate the sum of all the values. So how do you get the count of all number of items added in the list? So we can dim, say count as integer equal to list miles entered items dot count. Items. So this count will have the number of items in the list box. So now we can even do that, or we can remove this guy altogether. We don't have to do that. First let's declare sum as integer, and we say we're going to use a for loop. We're going to use a for loop, right? For each this is the type 7. For each item in list box, we're going to do that, right? So we can do that for each. I'm going to try this, okay? For each item in, I'm not sure whether there's the right syntax. So this one, okay, this should be like that. For each item in the count, in the list box items, for each item, we're going to sum equal to sum plus item. Okay, so this will. So we kind of have the sum, and we need to declare the miles per gallon as integer equal to sum over our count. Our capacity is 15 gallons times the count, number of count, right? Items dot count. So number of items in the list box times 15, right? If there are 3 items, 15 times 3 is 45 gallons, right? Our capacity is 15 gallons. If there are 4 items, 4 times 5 is 60 gallons were used. So the miles per gallon is nothing but total sum divided by the total number of gallons you have used. Now we need to display this in the label. What kind of label we have? Label dot text will display the thing. MPG is a number. We need to convert that to a string. To string. We can say to string. So let's try this. Okay. So and see how it works. All right. This is the simplest form. This is the type type 7, the for loop we discussed before. So again, for each item in the list, we're taking the sum and we're adding to our sum, and then we're calculating the MilesPer. So let's try this. Okay, let's try this. Let's do without debugging and see if it works. All right, so we're going to put 210, submit, 280, submit, 140, submit, and now we're done. Calculate, it's 14. So how is this count? 210. Okay, let's do the calculator, right? Calculator. So we need to do what? 210 plus 280 plus 140 divided by is it 15, right? Times, so 45 is 14. How much did you get for 14? You see that? So ours works. So our phase 2 is successful, and so we just wrote one line here. When you click the submit button, we add the item, the value from the text box to the list box, and then we traverse all the list items, getting the list, and we're adding the sum, and we're calculating the miles per gallon. Our capacity is 15, and we're getting the value here. All right, so that is the phase 2. All right, so